In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create a user account for new hires and some steps that you need to follow to get them into the THERAP system so that you can go ahead and begin to schedule them for classes right away. It is really important that you follow each step that I'm giving you in the same order I'm giving them to you. Otherwise, when you go to enter someone in for classes, it's not going to work for you. The way the process should work is during the new hire paperwork session. Once the employees have completed their new hire paperwork, they should hand it to the employee experience coordinator, and they should then create an account for them in Paylocity. Once their account has been created in Paylocity, the employee experience coordinator should send the person to you to go ahead and set them up with an account in THERAP. As you're setting up their user account in THERAP, make sure that you have a extra piece of paper next to you where you can write down the website, which is www.therapservices.net. You show them how to access the login page, and then you explain to them that you're going to give them a password and a user name so that they can log in. You also want to make sure you give them the provider code. In case you don't know what that is, it's capital SSVA1-VA. So what you're going to do first is create a user account for the new hire. And to do that, you log into THERAP just as you normally would. You're going to come to your admin tab, and you're going to select user new. You're going to enter in the person's first name, the person's last name, and then you come down here to initials. I always just enter in the first and last initial and then check availability. It's telling me it's not available, so I usually just choose the first or second one on here, and now we have correct initials. You're going to scroll down and come to login name. The login name should always be the person's first initial and last name, all lowercase letters. You're then going to enter in the person's password, which the default password for all new hires is going to be welcome. Re-enter the password in all lowercase. Make sure that ignore password policy is indicated as no. You're going to come down to status and click active. You're then going to give them a title, and for this person we'll use direct support professional, and you want to enter in their hire date, which is whatever day that they've been entered into Paylocity will be their hire date. Make sure when you're entering any date into THERAP, it has a 2-digit month, a 2-digit day, and a 4-digit year. Otherwise, it won't take it. Scroll back up to the top. Make sure that the employee verifies that their name is spelled correctly. Write down their login name, write down their default password, and at this time, let them know that when they go to log into THERAP for the first time, they will change their password. Recommend to the person that they should change their password to be the same password that they use for Paylocity. That way they don't have to remember 2 different passwords. Once you've verified all that information and you've written all that down for them, make sure you write down the provider code, make sure you write down the website, then you can go ahead and go to save. On the personal detail page, all you have to fill out on this is whether they're male or female. And so we're going to make this one a male. We're going to come down, and that's all you have to worry about on here. And you're going to click update and go to privileges. Once you have updated and gone to privileges, you then need to first give them a super role. So you're going to click on super role. And if they're a direct support professional, you're going to select choose. And you'll notice their super role has now been changed to direct support professional. If you forget to give them a super role, it's not going to allow you to add a caseload, and it's going to stop the process. So make sure you do not forget to give the person a super role. Once you've given them a super role, scroll down and go to add caseload. And you must add skip dodge to all new hires. Otherwise, you will not be able to schedule them into classes. So we have skip dodge, and we're going to click add. Once you've added Skip, you're going to come up here and click X, and you'll notice that he has now been added to their caseload. Scroll down, and where it says administrative roles, make them a user. Make it so that they can view reports, and then other things should be defaulted already and already checked for you, and click Save. Once you've completed that, what you're going to notice is it will tell you privileges of the user that you just created was successfully saved. What you need to do then is go back to your dashboard. What I want to do is add the person to a course. So what you want to do is you want to go to Assign Trainee to a course. You can scroll through and look for the person that you just created, or you can come to this tab here and select last name and enter in the trainee's last name. And click Apply Filter. And the person will appear. If you want to check to see if you've already assigned someone to a course, you can click here and it will show you their profile, and you can see here that they have no course assignment. And then to assign them to a course, you're going to check the checkbox and you're going to click on Next. You're going to assign them to the appropriate training course based on your division, whether they are a DSP or a sponsor. So for this example, I'm going to use Lynchburg, and this is a Lynchburg Direct Support Professional. So I'm going to assign them to DSP Training Lynchburg. And I'm going to click on Save. The handout will indicate how you should assign people to courses, so please refer to that in case you don't know. Once you assign the person to a course, go back to your dashboard. Once you have assigned the person to the correct course, you're then going to assign the person to a supervisor. What I have recently discovered is I may create the person's user account and then go in and assign them to a course. And when I go to assign them to a supervisor, they won't show up in the system. If that happens, you're going to need to log out of THERAP and log back in, and maybe do that several times until the system catches up to you. So if you're not able to assign them to a supervisor straight away, don't worry about that. You might just have to wait a few minutes before the system catches up to you. But the third step in the process is to then assign the person to a manager. So you're going to do Manage Supervisors, and you're going to click on Assign Trainee. You're going to select yourself, enter in the person's last name, and select Next. And the person should show up. What you're going to do is click on each place that's indicated, and you're going to select Save. And now this person has been added to my supervision. Once you do that, you need to go back to your dashboard. You need to go to Manage Supervisors, Assign Trainee, and then assign the person to the local EE for your division. That way both of you can manipulate their profile. And again, you do that the same way by entering in person's last name, clicking on Next, and selecting each box. Now you'll notice this time when the person appeared, their box has been highlighted in blue. What that means is they already have a supervisor assigned to them. If you're not sure who the supervisor is that's already assigned to them, click on the blue highlighted name, and it'll show you everyone who has supervision for that person. You can have more than one supervisor per employee. So when I get ready to save this, Camille and myself will both be able to supervise this employee. So I'm going to click Save. Once I've done that, I'm going to go back to my dashboard. And the next step that you must complete is to go ahead then and sign up the trainee to sessions. We will review that in a different video. But there you have it, how to use THERAP to enter in a new employee. And again, remember to follow each step as I've outlined in the video and on the handout I've given you. Also, make sure that while the person is sitting next to you, you review with them the Classes tab and what each feature of the Classes tab does. Let them know that from here on out, they will be scheduled for classes using THERAP, and where it says signups, a number will appear next to it. If there's a number next to it, it means they've been signed up for a class. show them how to go into signups and to view whatever they're signed up for. And then also explain to them that they can view signups, and that is where they can schedule themselves for classes. You should already, as a trainer, have the information on what this tab does. If not, you do need to review that video that I made in regards to that. All right, I hope that this was helpful.